Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel and to another video, and welcome to 2023. Happy New Year, and I'm so excited to get into this video. Basically, there are 1,000,001 videos out there on YouTube right now telling you how to have the best year yet, but I want to break it down and make it as simple as possible because I am one of those people that gets overwhelmed. I never look back at my goals for the year. I literally don't have 2022 goals to reflect on because I just have never been that person. So if you are new to the game like I am, if you guys don't know me, hello, my name is Sasha. I'm 30, I'm an Aussie living in Vancouver, and I produce lifestyle content. Subscribe if you like. But regardless of that, like, I'm 30 and I don't ever stick to New Year's resolutions. I don't love them. I think they can be way too intense sometimes. So I want to make it as easy as possible. So I'm going to take you through how I created my goal list and break everything down, and let's look at how we can achieve them in small, simple steps instead of having way too many things and you get overwhelmed. So yeah, I'm just gonna get straight into my goals and how I've broken them down, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, I'm gonna pop up my goals right next to me and take you through them. So basically, before we get started, I have gotten a lot of inspiration from other YouTubers. So there are so many other YouTubers out there who do an amazing job with their planning and have their own planners or things like that. So we're just gonna go through a real, fresh beginner planner like we've never done it before in our lives. So let's make it as simple as possible. Before we get started into any planning, you have to figure out what works best for you. Do you like a hard copy like I do with pen and paper, or do you like iPad, iPhone notes? Find what works for you, and how are you gonna look back on it? Is it best to like rip it off from your book and stick it up in your bedroom wall or in your bathroom? Like, how are you going to keep yourself accountable? So that is like step one. Step two is, you can completely take this from me because I've taken it from other YouTubers. Break down your goals into categories, or better yet, have 4 to 5 categories and then put 2 little goals or like really simple goals under each category, and then it's not as overwhelming as to see a list. I wrote 23 goals for 2023, and having it all down in a list was so overwhelming. So I went back and I've put everything into subcategories, and it just makes it so much easier to digest. Like, I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna put my goals up here and take you through my categories basically. So I have health and wellness, personal, financial, and career/social media. So I am a full-time office manager at a medical clinic, so that is my full-time job, but I also am an actor and I also do social media. So I'm gonna be mainly looking at that as my career element because that's what I really wanna work on in 2023. Like, no offense to the job that I have, but I have that job and I can do work within it, but it's not my own business, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna focus on that for me. But I would recommend you can steal these 4 categories and just put in whatever works for you. So let's go through my goals, and then I'll talk about how they can be, I guess, made into fruition in the new year. Okay, firstly, for health and wellness, I have clear my skin. I have had such a rough time with my skin over the past, I guess, my whole life. I have chronic acne, and I've been told by a dermatologist that it is not gonna go anywhere, and I don't wanna believe that, and the cream that I was prescribed doesn't work for me anymore, so you can't use it all the time. So anyway, we can talk about that in another vlog, but clear my skin is one of my goals. Get my period regular. Again, I'll explain it in another vlog, and follow me for more, but getting my period regular is something. I was off the pill for about 9 months and now I'm back on the pill, so I really want to get that, and that is for me an important goal within my health and wellness. Next up, I have feel strong and confident in my body. I feel like this is going to be an ongoing trend for years to come, but yeah, I'm 30. I want to feel confident and strong, and I never thought that at 30 I would still have a lot of body issues, but here we are. So I want to work on that. My next goal is consciously avoid foods from my RMA test. So that is a food sensitivity test I did a few years ago. Within that, I might even do another one and see. You can get this done through a naturopath, but basically it's a blood test and they test you for foods that you may be intolerant to. So I did it in 2021 and I found it very helpful. So I really want to look back on that and actually actively avoid foods that make me feel sick, because it's probably ruining my progress that I already made. I've just sort of pushed it to the side. So I want to make that a priority. Try new sports / physical activity. I want to really push my boundaries with that. Maybe try, I don't know, volleyball on the beach, or I don't know, try ice skating again. I just want to try something that's really different for me and at least give it a go. I gave skiing a crack a few years ago and I was terrible at it, but maybe I should try snowboarding. I don't know. I just want to try different physical activities while I'm somewhat young. Try 5 new hikes. Vancouver is the city for doing that, so I really want to get out, especially in the spring and summer, and do some hikes. And yeah, let's go into personal. So I said travel solo within Canada, go on a trip overseas, see more live events, comedy, music, etc. Prioritize me, be more selfish. What do I want? So being freshly single, I haven't really thought about what I want in a long time and really focused on my future goals and my future self. It's always been, what are we gonna do and what's good for us, and putting, you know, my partner before me pretty much all the time. So I want to be more selfish. Like, what do I actually want from my life and what am I going to do to get it and everything like that. So that's there. Manage my stress more effectively. I am a very, very stressed out person. I have been probably my whole life. So, you know, I do yoga and I try to meditate, but if that's not working, like, what else can I do? Go on a girls trip or trips. I would love to go on multiple, but yeah, I'd love to go on little weekends away and camping trips with some of the close friends that I have here in Canada. Try 10 Vancouver eateries. So I was supposed to put new, but like just places I haven't been. I love trying new restaurants and cafes and food. I'm such a foodie and I love doing that and it makes me really happy. So why not do it even if it's just by myself? Read 10 books. This might not seem like much for some, but for me, I really struggle with concentration and reading, and I really even struggle to get through 1 book a month. So read 10 books I think is an achievable goal, and if I do more, great. If I just, yeah, I think I put 20 books for last year, but I don't even think I made goals last year, so we're not worrying about that. Reconnect with my extended family. I would love to, yeah, just reach out to people. I haven't seen, you know, a lot of people since my granny's funeral, which was in 2019, and prior to that, it was when Granny was alive. Like, she was the one that organized big events with my dad's side of the family. So I don't know, I would love to reconnect with people from back in Australia and, you know, Sydney and Brisbane and other places where they are, because, you know, you only have one family and I just want to reach out and say what's up because it's been years. Say yes more, say no to toxic people. So I have, you know, especially with the pandemic, I've become very comfortable in doing my own thing and especially being in a relationship. So I really want to get out more and say yes, but also remember that I can say no to people who are toxic or people who come back into my life who don't necessarily fulfill me in any way, and just be careful of who I'm like giving my energy to, because I'm not usually very careful with that. Let's go on to social media and career. So I want to hit 10K subscribers on YouTube. I want to hit 1K followers on Instagram. I want to hit 10K followers on TikTok. Of course, numbers aren't super important, but for me, I think having a number and working towards that is not going to be something that I'm scared of. It's going to give me motivation, and people hit those numbers all the time, everyday people, and so why can't I? And it's such a passion of mine, and I really have set it aside throughout the years, but I really want to focus on this in 2023. I want to make 5 grand on AdSense in 2023. So AdSense is what you make through YouTube ads. And at the moment it is not much month to month that I make, but I would love for like the whole year to make 5 grand by the end of it, if that makes sense. Consistent, valuable content. In general, I just want to be consistent with my uploads no matter what's going on in my life, like have something pre-filmed just in case I'm not having a good week, or, you know, like especially with Instagram and TikTok, just constantly posting and making the content entertaining and something that you guys are gonna find value of and something that I feel great putting out. And lastly, I said book a film/TV gig with my acting. Did I book anything last year? I booked stuff in 2021, but last year I kind of broke up with my agent and I had a bit of a break from acting. It really just wasn't making me happy and I was really struggling with my personal life in other ways. So I just set it to the side, and now I've signed with a new agency and I have a agent. So yeah, looking forward to booking something this year. Hopefully more than one thing, but I just put one to seem more achievable. And lastly, let's get into my financial goals. So have 20,000 in my account before 2024. So at the end of, like at the beginning of this year, I think I saved it in my phone. Like I would love to look back and be like, oh, I did that. So my starting balance in January 2023 is $9,641. So I want to pretty much just double that and have 20,000 by the beginning of 2024 or the end of 2023 and have that there. I think that that's an achievable goal. I'm very financially savvy and I love budgeting and saving, and yeah, I think I can do it. Even if I pick up, you know, if I get acting gigs that pay, stuff for social media, even a second job on the side, I don't know, but I think I can do this. Save 10K in my emergency fund. Again, like I don't know if that'll probably be like half the 20,000, but I wanna make sure that I have money set aside in case of emergency, because I've been in the position really recently where I've needed money and I'm like, oh, like thank God I have some, because I would have been pretty much on the streets. So yeah, invest money in Australia. So shares, stocks, etc. I really wanna look at that for my future self. I definitely plan to be living in Australia in the future. I don't know when that is, but I will end up there. And in my opinion, it's smart to invest in the country that I know that I'm gonna have my like future self in. So whether it be, you know, property, shares, stocks, I don't really know much about investing, but as a 30-year-old, I feel like I should, or I just feel like it's not, they sort of hide that information from you maybe on purpose. So anyway, I wanna see how I can go about that while living overseas, but we'll see. And lastly, I wrote buy a car. I would love to buy a car. I doubt it'll be, I don't know, I'm not into buying new cars, just, I don't know, from life experience and through word of mouth. So it'd be a secondhand car, but I really want to buy a car. I just put it on there, who knows, but I just put it there. And yeah, let's get into my words for 2023. So I have 5 words for 2023. I'm just gonna pop them up on the screen next to me. So first word is adventure. I really wanna have an adventure-filled year. This year, I felt like 2022, although I went back to Australia twice, like within that there wasn't too much adventure. Like there was, but there, like, I don't know, I just feel like I thrive while adventuring. So I put adventure on there. Second one I put is balance. So I wanna have a great work-life balance. I wanna have a great balance with my health and wellness and taking care of myself and knowing when to slow down and avoiding burnout and things like that. Third word is confidence. I just wanna be able to just trust and believe in myself and stop worrying about what other people think of me. Again, at this age, I thought that I would be over that, but I guess you don't potentially have everything figured out at 30 and maybe not even at 40. So to anyone's watching, don't worry, like no one knows what they're doing. But I just wanna feel like I can post whatever I want and feel confident in what I'm doing and saying, and confidence in my new role at my new job. It's not really new anymore, but like, I just wanna feel confident in what I'm doing. Growth, I think that this year is gonna be a great chance for me to grow as a person. I haven't been single since the beginning of 2019, so finding out who I am without my partner, figuring out my life overseas again as a solo gal, growing within my social media, my acting, everything like that. I just think growth is a good word for the year. And lastly, I wrote abundance. I want to be financially abundant. I have that big goal of that 20K by the end of the year, and I just want to feel abundant in my life. Like I want to have a full, thriving life this year. So they're all my 2023 goals, and the next section I'm going to be talking about how you can work on achieving those goals and breaking them down. Okay, so let's break down an example of how you can achieve your goals for 2023. Let's take my example of financial, where I want to buy a car. So I want to buy a car in 2023. How am I going to get there? I can look at 2023 as quarters. So, you know, first, second, third, and fourth quarter. What can I do in each quarter that will help me achieve that goal of buying a car? Even if, like, at the moment, it's not something I want right now, it's something that I would like to get in 2023. So what I can do is break that down of like, have buy a car, and then underneath it, how, like, what car do I want? What style, like color, all of that, but get really specific on the car that I want. And then I'm sure, you know, with the manifestation law and everything that I've learned so far, my friend Maddie is also a manifestation coach. I'll put her details down below if you want to work with my friend Maddie, but I went to uni with her and she's an amazing manifestation coach. So she has taught me some things along the way, but basically get specific on what you're wanting. So if it is to buy a car this year, what car do you want? Style, brand, make, whatever, and how much is it? Once you have the financial range of what the car is, just say it's like $10,000 for this car. Look into loans if you don't think you can buy it outright. Within the first quarter, be like, okay, within the next 4 months of the year, I'm going to figure out what car is it that I want. And then keep your eyes and ears peeled. There might be something on car sales or marketplace, or I don't know where people buy cars in Canada, so I'm just going from like Australia. There's a place called carsales.com. Friends might be selling a car. They might know of someone getting rid of a car because they're moving, or you just don't know, so put it out there. The second quarter, you could work on talking with banks about a loan. Third quarter, it could be going to see the car and test drive them at, you know, a car sales place. I don't know, whatever, where you get a car. Why can't I think of that word? Anyway, go for a test drive in that car, figure out, it may not even be the car that you want. Maybe do that in the first quarter. And then when you have everything sort of aligned for the last quarter, then what are the steps you can do to get the car at the end of the year? I think that with each goal, like I've got around 25 goals that I just read out to you guys. I'm gonna take the time to go through and be like, cool, if I want 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, what are the steps that I can do consistently that will help me get that goal? Because it's so fine writing like, I want this, which is great, but you'll just say that you want it and not like, what are you gonna do to get it? And that's the most important step, is the action that you take. Like if you have a clear vision, instead of like, oh, like I wanna lose weight. Well, why do you wanna lose weight? Because the magazines and Instagram are telling you that you should? Or is it for a health reason? Have you been told by a doctor that you need to? Is it for vanity? Whatever it is, if you just want to lose weight to like look good, that's fine. Like take back what I said about vanity. If you really just say, I want to lose weight to look good, okay, but why do you want to look good? Is this actually going to make you happier? If it is going to make you happier, how can you lose weight in an effective way? Could you go see a dietitian, a personal trainer? What can you do that's gonna be losing weight in a really healthy, safe way? Whatever it may be, like these goals are yours and you may not wanna share them with anyone, that's fine. I'm just sharing it because I don't mind and I'm putting my life on the internet. But for you at home, or if you're watching this and you have such a strong push and desire to buy a car or go overseas for the first time, why do you actually want that? Do you actually really want it? Deep down in your gut, you're like, oh, I really want to go to Italy. That's amazing. But how are you going to get there? Have the talks with the travel agent. Go look at, you know, vlogs of, you know, trips to Italy and things like that. Like once you start making steps towards it, you're gonna be so surprised at how quickly you can get to those goals. And of course, I'm so new to goal setting and manifesting with like a big 2023, like a yearly thing. Like I like little goals throughout the month. But for me, it is daunting as well. For me, like, I'm very new to it as well, guys, but I think that those are really great ways that you can reach your goals. And lastly, I'm gonna create a vision board. So I have done this before, never looked at it again. I actually have a video on how to make a vision board, which I still love, like, it's a great video. And it's really, really easy to do, but I didn't even look at it. Like, I didn't look at it. It wasn't on my desktop, it wasn't on my phone, so there was really no point. So many videos out there how to do it. It's so easy. It really is as easy as you see online with everyone doing it. But find your vice, whether it's Google Images or Pinterest, it doesn't really matter. You can like copy and paste from people's Instagrams, and if you have photos, but you have to have this feeling in your soul and gut that something like, even if it's an aesthetic picture of someone working from home, if you really want to work from home and you see this image, put it on your vision board. I know from so many people and so many, like, I'm excited because it works. I've seen so many people have amazing responses to making a vision board and looking at it and seeing it every day. It's on their phone, it's on their computer, and or you can make a corkboard and print it out and make your own DIY by going to an office supply store like Staples or something like that. But how exciting. Like, the worst it's gonna do is, you know, take an hour of your time of arts and craft, but like, what if it works? What if you get everything that's on your vision board? If you put your dream car or your dream amount of followers on social media, or you do camping pictures and you go camping a lot this summer, like, how amazing is that? And how exciting? And I think visualization has been proven within science and with like manifestation or more woo-woo stuff, spirituality, but like, if you keep seeing it, it's gonna subliminally get you there, and I think why not? So that concludes everything of my 2023 goal setting video. I really hope some of my tips and tricks have helped you look at goal setting in a way that's not as daunting. It shouldn't be this huge like school project that takes weeks and months. It should be an exciting time for you to just reflect on the year that was and the year that's ahead, and how exciting is it that we're in 2023, we're alive, we're present, we're watching this together, and we're gonna smash our goals. I'm excited about my vision board as well. I think I'm really gonna be actively looking at it and looking at my goals and breaking everything down into sections. I think is gonna be amazing, and I really hope that you guys will find some confidence and just feel more, I don't know, excited about your goals instead of scared. That's the main goal from this video. But enough about goals. Thank you again so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please hit subscribe down below. It really helps me achieve my vision for 2023, if you know what I mean. But yeah, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
Forget your feelings, show me you want it. You've been a